Right now, I have over a 10% return on my money inside the stock market on one particular stock without owning any shares at all. In this video, I'm going to tell you how I did that, show you which stock I used, also how much money that you need to put up to be able to do this, and show you how you can replicate this with pretty much any stock on the stock market. So the first thing is going to be choosing a stock. Now, we want to choose a stock that really has no volatile movements. We want a steady mover, whether that steady movement is up or down. Now, this is great with blue chip, big established company. A lot of times we're going to be using dividend stocks. So you want to try and find a slow mover, also a stock that you want to own. Meme stocks are out for this particular strategy. The stock that you're going to use is dependent on how much money, how much capital you have to be able to put up to be able to do this. Yes, money makes money. I fully understand that. And a lot of times people get discouraged when they see people on YouTube doing things with expensive stocks. Guys, I started this with $20, $30 stocks years ago, and I've just built up over time. So please be patient and try not to look at the numbers, but more the strategy and the method when you're trying to replicate this early on. Now, you're also going to need a stock that is a fair market value, meaning it's not overvalued. We know a couple of years back, everything was overvalued, right? All the FANG stock, tech stocks, everything was overvalued, and there's still, most of the market is still overvalued today. But there are some deals to be found out there. So I personally use the discounted free cash flow method to find my fair value, but you could do a number of different things to find the fair market value of the stock that you want. I'll link a video on how I use the discounted free cash flow model if you want to try and replicate that, but you're definitely going to want to make sure that you know the value or the price that you'd be willing to pay for this particular stock. All right, so now once you've found that stock inside that criteria, you have one that's a pretty good price or a fair market value that you want, and one that's a steady mover, it's time to think about how much capital do we need to execute this strategy. And really what you're going to need is dependent on that fair market value price. What you're going to do is take that price and multiply that price by 100, and that is going to be the amount of money that you're going to need. So for example, let's say you found a $50 stock that you really want to do the strategy with. You would take that 50, multiply by 100 and get a value of $5,000. Now for you, $5,000 might be a shit ton of money, and I completely understand that. You're going to find something inside your price point. And if you're not ready, it might be time to build up some capital or try a stock that's just not as much money. Like I said, please don't become intimidated. You have to have $1 to make 2, you have to have 2 to make 5, etc. And a lot of times you can't just jump in right away. Slow, steady over time is what's going to be successful and really lead to more money as it compounds over time. So start slow, you'll get there, I promise. So now let's get to the bread and butter of how we actually do this. What this strategy is called is selling cash secure puts. And a cash secure put is an options trading strategy. And I know options get a terrible rap, but I can assure you that most of the mega wealthy people in this country are selling cash secure puts. The bad side of options really comes with YOLOing and buying puts, and trust me, I've been there. I think it's a little bit YOLO myself, but selling options tends to be a little bit more conservative because, like I mentioned, we are choosing the price at which we were going to buy a stock. So if we were to get assigned on this options contract, it's really, we should be happy about it because we picked the price. And if we're not happy, we just picked the wrong price. So this is going to be called selling cash secure puts, which is one half of the wheel strategy, which is really what I'm known for here on YouTube. Now, essentially, when we sell a cash secure put, we are going to be selling an option to a buyer. And that buyer is going to pay us, right? When you sell something, the buyer comes along, they give you money, and we give them something back. Well, we have an options contract. We are going to sell to them, and they're going to give us money back. That's going to be called premium, or the profit that we're going to collect. That's the money that I've collected without ever owning any shares of the particular stock that I'm using. Now, I have tons of videos that are going to dive deep into what a cash secure put is, but I'm going to show you the general basics, and I'm also going to use a platform that is very, very easy that a lot of beginners are using right now that I like to trade options with because of the user interface and the fact that the commissions are free. So this right here, guys, is Robinhood, and it is the brokerage that I like to use to sell options. You can see I have a couple of different options open. I also own 100 shares of a couple stocks, and you can see right now I do have one cash secure put that's currently open on Apple. But the stock that I've been using to trade cash secured puts this entire year, which has been pretty much my big winner, and I'll show you a spreadsheet of all of the trades that I've made with this stock, is Amazon. And today is a great day to sell a cash secure put, which I'm going to show you live. I'm going to see if I can make a trade right now, if the numbers seem to work out for me. If not, I'll just walk through the whole process right before I press submit. And the reason that it's a good day for Amazon is because Amazon is having a red day. And we like to sell cash secure puts on red days. Now, when I say cash secure puts, that means that we have the money inside our buying power to cover this put. This is not a naked put. We're not using margins. We have the money. I do not trade on margins, and I definitely don't recommend it for a beginner. I'm going to go in, I'm going to click Amazon. And the reason that it's good to sell puts on red days is because the value or the premium that we're going to collect is more. All right, now what you're going to look for inside your brokerage is something called the options chain. Right here, this is where it shows on Robinhood, trade Amazon options, and it is going to bring up the options chain. And there are a couple different things that we're going to look for, and this is where it could tend to be a little bit intimidating, but we're just going to take it one step at a time. First, we are going to make sure we are selling puts, okay? We are selling puts, and we can see that we just went from red to green. Now, the red just means that the values or how much money we could collect is down for calls. Calls are on green days. But on put days, when things are nice and down, that means we can collect more money, so they're good. The next thing we're going to choose is we are going to choose the expiration date. I like to use between 3 and 7 days. This is a little bit soon, maybe 4 or 5 actually. So I'm actually going to look out 10 days to the following Friday. So now that we've sold the put, we've chose the expiration we want, next we have to look at that fair market value that we are looking for. Now there's really two ways. If you don't know how to find fair market value, or you want to be a little bit conservative, you can look at this chance of profit column, which has to do with the Greeks. Like I said, down a rabbit hole, go back and look at some of those cash secured put videos that I have to really dive into the details of all these particulars. But I like to look for something between 79 and 80%. So right here is the amount of money that we are going to collect for not owning any shares. Here is the fair market value price that I like, 135, which means I need $13,500 to secure this trade. I only have $12,735, so I won't be able to make this because I don't have enough cash to secure that. I would have to go down all the way to $127 to be able to make that trade. So if I wanted to come all the way down to $127, I can make $24 to make this trade. I'm not going to do that because I think I can wait until it gets a little bit better, or I can add some buying power to get myself a little bit more premium. But let's just say I like this and I had 13,500 in there. I would click this +1. It would tell me I have a cash secure put. Here's the premiums. Robinhood tells you the amount of profit you can make, the amount of loss you can make. And this loss looks really, really big because essentially Amazon could go to 0 and you could lose all of that premium. If that intimidates you, like I said, you're going to be using smaller stocks. We would go to continue. I would collect $111. I click review order. They're going to tell me I don't have enough buying power. That's fine. And then it would show up right here in your investing tab as a put. So here are all the Amazon trades that I've made, just cash secure puts. I also have done this with Tesla, and I've also done this with Intel. But on Amazon alone, $922. I had an average cost basis or collateral that I had to put up. That's the cash to secure it of $10,500. I've been doing this since Amazon was at 98. I've made 8.78% on just this. When you throw in Tesla and Intel, it gets me up over 10%. Once you have this option open, you are going to have a couple different outcomes that you can have. You will either get to expiration and this would be worthless, or you can roll it like you've seen that I've rolled. I think these are a lot of different parts that you should know how to do. I really wanted to make this video in case you have heard of cash secure puts, or if you were thinking about them, you dabbled. This is really to get you back into it. This isn't really a full in-depth video, but you could see I started with cash secure puts in February, and I've gone from February making all these trades, rolling options, never own the shares, and I've made $922, and you can do this as well. Like I said, Intel, a much smaller stock. This only required $2,900 for me to do that. It's a little bit more affordable, but with that, and made a little less premium. The higher the value, the higher the share price, the more premiums you're generally going to make, which is, like I said, part of the learning process. Guys, I hope this helped. If you have any other questions or you need a video link, just leave it down in the comments down below, and I'll link you any videos or playlists that you need, and you'll be fine. Please, if you're intimidated, start to consider cash secure puts. It's a good time. I promise. I'm sure there'll be people from my Discord that are going to tell you in the comments it's good. And if you want to talk to a community of like-minded people, I'll leave that link in the description. First link, if you want to join the Discord for a cup of coffee a month and get in there with hundreds of people doing all the stuff that you can reach out to and ask and have direct access to me as well. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for watching.